Now, as the White House and those on the left try to limit your Second Amendment rights, there is startling new evidence about how far they are willing to go. Here are the two latest examples. Now, late last week, a Democratic Colorado state rep, Joe Salazar, suggested that women should not be armed with guns on college campuses, even if they feel like they could be raped. Here are his outrageous comments.
There are some gender inequities on college campuses. This is true. And universities have been faced with that situation for a long time. That's why we have call boxes. That's why we have safe zones. That's why we have the whistles. Because you just don't know who you're going to be shooting at. And you don't know if you feel like you're going to be raped, or if you feel like someone's been following you around, or if you feel like you're in trouble, and when you may actually not be, that you pop out that gun and you pop around at somebody.
Pretty unbelievable. Now, of course, the Democratic lawmakers sort of kind of given one of those if I offended anybody apologies, but he's not the only one on the left who wants to disarm Americans. We've also learned that the NRA has gotten its hands on an internal Justice Department memo that talks about, quote, mandatory gun buybacks. That sounds a lot like mandatory confiscation of firearms. Watch this.
President Obama gives a good speech, and when you listen to him talk about new gun laws, you may think he sounds reasonable. But what happens when you look at the details behind the president's policies? How would they actually work? Let's look at what Obama's own experts have to say. This internal Justice Department memo says, quote, an assault weapons ban is unlikely to have an impact on gun violence. Unlikely, that is, unless it comes with something else. Obama's experts say that a gun ban, like the one being debated right now in Congress, will not work without mandatory gun buybacks. Mandatory gun buyback. That's government confiscation of legal firearms owned by honest citizens.
That's pretty scary. Joining me now with reaction from townhall.com, Katie Pavlich.